so Wernicke's area is the first area of the brain that we're discussing, and it's located in the posterior third of the upper left hemisphere, and it contains the motor neurons involved with the comprehension of speech, which allows you to understand what sounds mean and what sentences that other people are saying mean. And so because of that, it's called the Language Comprehension Center. And Wernicke's area also generates meaningful speech, so it basically creates what you're gonna say before you say it.
Okay, so the second part of the brain that we're going to talk about today is the Broca's area. It works really closely with the Wernicke's area, and it's located in the left frontal lobe, specifically the inferior frontal gyrus. It's involved in speech production, writing, and language processing and slightly comprehension. Its primary function in the language production component is still unclear according to some recent studies. They're not quite sure if it's involved in specifically muscle movement, grammar, or the verbal working memory, or it could be all of these things.
Okay, so Wernicke's area, as said before, creates the speech or the language that someone is going to say, and then Broca's area generates the movements to allow the speech to happen. So together they create a complete understanding and comprehension of language production and language understanding. Aphasia happens from a stroke or any sort of brain damage to the left hemisphere, but this results in a person having a lot of difficulty understanding language, and although they can speak fluently with correct grammar, it's empty of content and lacks any meaning, because that's the point of Wernicke's area, is it comes up with meaningful speech. So this is often called a word salad because it's spoken fluently but makes no sense.
Hi Byron, how are you?
I'm happy. Are you pretty? You look good.
What are you doing today?
We stayed with the water over here at the moment and talked with the people for them over there. They're diving for them at the moment. They'll save in the moment. He'll have water very soon for him. With luck for him.
So we're on a cruise and we're about to
We
get to
will
Juneau.
store it right here and they'll save their hands right there for them.
And what were we just doing with the iPad?
Right at the moment they don't show a darn thing.
The iPad that we were doing. Here?
I'd like my change for me and change hands for me. It would happen. I would talk with Donna sometimes. We're out with them. Other people are working with them. I'm very happy with them.
Good.
This girl was very good and happy. And I play golf and hit other trees. We play out with the hands. We save a lot of hands on hold for us, other hands. I don't know what you get, but I talk with a lot of hand for him. Sometime. Am I talk of any more to saying?
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I hope the world lasts for you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye.
So Broca's aphasia, similar to Wernicke's aphasia, occurs when there's been a stroke or brain damage has happened. It's also known as expressive or motor aphasia because people who have this typically struggle with expressing what they're trying to say. It's characterized by a partial loss in speech production, usually spoken or written speech. And the language comprehension center of the brain often remains intact because that's associated with the Wernicke's area.
Okay. So what's your name?
Scott. Oh, no. Sarah Scott.
That's right. And how old are you?
I can't.
Try.
I can't.
Oh. You're 19. 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened to you?
Stroke.
You had a stroke last year.
Yes.
And what happened? Can you remember what happened?
School and English class,
Okay.
and I book and I read it aloud, but I can't because stroke, and so I send and also it's the same as the same of kind of thing as you know,
Pins and needles.
yeah,
Like pins
the
and
same, and also
Okay, so there are two types of aphasia therapies. One is impairment-based therapy, and the other one is communication-based therapy. So impairment-based typically focuses on improving language function, and the therapist would focus on directly stimulating areas of reading, speaking, and writing skills. So a type of impairment-based therapy, or like a subset of it, is melodic intonation therapy, which pretty much can be summed up as you can sing it better than you can say it. So the therapist would have the patient sing out sentences rather than just directly saying them, because it helps improve the production of their language. So communication-based therapy focuses on enhancing communication. It focuses on natural interaction in like real life circumstances of where you'd be communicating on a daily basis. So a type of communication-based therapy is PACE therapy, where therapists and the patient actually take turns looking at pictures and conveying messages and trying to find hidden meaning behind these things.